Do know one thing, the matchup with Carey and Horning is always interesting. Let's go.
Paul Horning, Skip Carey back with you at the boxing venue at the Goodwill Games. Another U.S. fighter is about to have at it. Romallis Ellis, his first fight of the tournament, and he'll be meeting a Venezuelan, Jose Luis Perez.
And as is the custom of all the USA boxers here, they come over before the fight starts and hand their opponent a little American flag. It's a nice little gesture, and everybody seems to like it.
And they hope that their opponent doesn't take it and try to poke out their eye before they get back to their side of the ring. These are lightweights, 132-pound limit. Your official, Yuri Frolov from the USSR, and he calls the fighters to the middle of the ring. And here we go. Roosevelt Saunders, the coach of the U.S. team. And we're underway, or will be momentarily.
This is Jose Luis Perez of Venezuela, 22 years old, against Romallis Ellis. He's only 20 from Decatur.
Decatur, GA. Ellis, a southpaw, scoring with a jab.
He's a little taller. He grew up in Washington, D.C. before moving to Decatur.
He scored with a left to the head.
He's supposed to have a good left jab. I mean, a left hook. But in talking to the coach, Roosevelt Sanders, he says he doesn't stay busy enough for the amateur boxing. We've got to get him quicker and throw more punches. And so far, you can see both fighters a little bit tentative.
Ellis, however, has been the aggressor here in the early going. Perez fights off the ropes with a solid right. Left to the body, right to the body. Left hook lands for Ellis.
Boxing team has done pretty good starting off here the first 3 days of boxing. And actually, their record is 10 wins and 6 losses so far. So we haven't had all of the boxers have their first match yet. We've had 23 boxers in this competition.
Ellis has the better of it here, in my humble opinion, in the early going. That left missed by the Venezuelan boxer. Ellis lands with a left and a right to the head.
Winner of the round, 20-point must system. Most of the rounds are scored 20-19. Very seldom is it 20-18.
There's a good right hand to the body by Perez, who appears to be the crowd favorite here, but Ellis bounces back. The southpaw jabbing away. Minute 5 left in round 1. Boy, Perez leaves the body wide open, but Ellis hasn't ventured into that territory much yet. Perez getting a little more aggressive as the round progresses.
Well, just the mere fact that we're here, Skip, it's just a normal attitude. You don't want to have to be in a close fight. You don't want to have it to leave it up to the judges in a close fight. So you really got to pour on the amount of punches and try to get ahead here to make it safe. Because I don't think we're going to get too many breaks, right?
Wouldn't think. 15 seconds left. Ellis with a right hand.
Slow first round. Not much action.
Right hand by Perez. Landed. Left by Perez was on the mark. And the first round is history. We'll be back at the boxing venue. We gave the first round to Romallis Ellis. He's the U.S. fighter in the dark trunks against Jose Luis Perez of Venezuela.
And I tell you, Skip, not to take anything away from that first round, he's got to get busier. And I'm sure that's what he was told. We were told by the coaches that we've got to keep this kid on his toes and keep throwing punches, and that's the main thing in international boxing. He's been to Australia and Indonesia in tournaments, so he's not inexperienced.
Left hand lands by Ellis, and another. Ellis crowds him into the corner, but Perez fights his way out. Lands a right, does Jose Luis Perez. The jab lands for Ellis. So does another one.
earlier today, Skip, Michael Moore made an impressive debut for the United States. Won a first-round KO. Knocked him cold right in the first round. That's the first knockout in the first round we've had in the whole tournament.
Ellis still the aggressor here, banging away at Perez. Has him a little hurt on the rope, but Perez spins out of danger.
Scored some points, though. Again, the white part of those gloves, you must. More punches, not the strength of the punch that really counts.
Ellis throwing by far the most punches here.
You got to score with. You can score with 40% of your punches. They say that's a fine average.
Yuri Frolov of the USSR, our referee. There's a good left hand and a good right by Ellis. He's had a much better second round than he did at first. And he rocked him there with a right hand.
Venezuela has not been doing too good in the tournament so far. Most of their boxers have lost. Luis Perez here is 22 years old. He was third at the 1986 Central American Championship.
Ellis with another good left jab.
Well, being aggressive is so important in international boxing. If it's close, you can almost say that a more aggressive fighter is going to get the decision.
Ellis won that exchange, and they're having at it pretty good here. Good right to the body by Perez. 20 seconds left in round two. It's been a good fight.
And Tuesday, another USA boxer, Arthur Johnson, will fight David Greenman. Now, he is not inexperienced of Venezuela. That's the semis on Tuesday. It should be a great fight.
Round two is winding down, and we'll be back with the third and final round right after the dark trunks. Jose Luis Perez from Venezuela in the red boxing shorts. A lot of leather has been exchanged here, but Ellis appears to be holding a commanding lead. He has a height advantage, and he's throwing a little more leather.
And I'm just sitting here thinking when you said that, Skip, that the majority of the fighters who've had that height advantage have gone on to win. I can't think of maybe two occasions, more than two occasions, that the smaller boxer won in height.
Frolov issues a warning to Perez, caution to Perez. The only guy, I guess the only smaller boxer who won consistently was Rocky Marciano.
That's right.
What was he saying? Ellis continues to whack away here. As Paul mentioned briefly before, the velocity of the punch is not taken into consideration. It's the amount of clean blows landed. That would appear to be, to us, to be Ellis, but we are, of course, not impartial. Good left to the body dug in there by Romallis Ellis. Right to the body is scored by Jose Luis Perez. Minute 25 left. Good left hand by Ellis. The right jab got through. Then one is blocked. They exchange blows in the center of the ring. Good flurry there for Jose Luis Perez.
It's a lightweight match, 132, 60 kilograms.
1 minute of boxing left for these two tonight.
Very important for him to stay busy now in this last minute.
Right to the body was landed by Perez, who may be having his best round.
Of course, when the referee says stop, the clock also stops until they resume.
40 seconds remaining. Ellis lands a couple of lefts, digs a right to the body. Perez with a right to the body. Right uppercut for Perez. Third round is, oh, there's a good left for Romallis Ellis.
Two, another one.
He rocked him there, got him again and again. All with the left hand. This Perez, the little guy, has got a lot of courage. He keeps coming.
Now they're starting to grow.
The fight is over. Best round of the three for Jose Luis Perez. I don't know about this one. We'll be back to see how the judges view it right after this. Three is Yuri Frolov. He has nothing to do with judging the fight. There are 5 judges who do that.
3 Eastern Bloc countries, and it's 5-0 for Ellis. Unanimous by the judges, 5-0, as Romallis Ellis, Skip, moves on.
I was a little scared about the way the third round went, but he had piled up enough points in the first 2 to win the bout. And we'll be back from the
team has never seen Royal fight, so this should be interesting. Let's go back to Skip Carey and Paul Horning.
Okay, we go to yet another fight featuring Lucas Sinoya, who's out of Mozambique, against another of the American substitutes, Ricky Royal of the USA. These are welterweights, 147-pound limit. And Gustav Baumgart is the referee. He's from East Germany.
This is a quarterfinal match, as Skip said. Both of these fighters drew buys in their first match. So let's see what Ricky has. He's also one of the replacement fighters sent over. See what happens.
He started out with a good left and now a good right, and back Sinoya up. Royal, of course, in the dark blue trunks. Sinoya in the yellow top.
Mozambique fighter has a Soviet coach in his corner over here. The Mozambique coach is taking the assistant's chair, so
good right hand by Sinoya. Pretty good left by Royal.
Royal out of Washington, D.C., Skip. Been fighting only 3 years. Works as a gym assistant in Washington.
Good left by Sinoya.
He said, make no mistake about it, I'm aiming for the '88 Olympics.
Well, we wish him well, but he's got to worry about Lucas Sinoya of Mozambique first. Right hand lead was good by Sinoya, but then he's slapping left hand. He didn't use the white part of the glove, and he gets a caution. Another right by Sinoya. The left got in by Ricky Royal. Royal, the American, with his back to you. You see the USA on his blue uniform. Right hand by Sinoya, pretty good one. Left lands by Sinoya. Good left jab for Royal. Good left by Royal. May have hurt Sinoya, but he comes right back.
Should try to stay on his opponent when he lands one of those good lefts.
Good right lead by Sinoya. Now the left jab. Wild right by Royal. Good left hook by Sinoya. Another one by Sinoya.
I think Sinoya is wide open if he can just measure him right, Skip.
A little bit of an uppercut by the boxer from Mozambique. Good right by Sinoya.
Countered with that right. See, Sinoya was open in the first 2 shots. He missed him, and he got hit. Hey, he got hit again. Maybe the inexperience is really showing. He's got him hurt on the rope.
Sinoya all over him. 15 seconds left in the round. You're right. He is wide open, but he's landed.
They like it, see. They love to see some punches thrown. Very quiet till something happens. Then, just like back home, you'll hear it.
Another good right by Sinoya, but the round is over. Has he punched himself up? We'll come back. Clobbered by Lucas Sinoya in round 1. Sinoya, a wild, flailing kind of fighter.
I think there's going to be some hitting in this contest. Both of these fighters leave themselves pretty wide open, and they're wild swingers.
Another right by Sinoya. Left by Sinoya, partially blocked. That time Royal blocked the right hand.
Royal's only
Good
had
left.
34 fights, Skip. That's not too much in amateur circles.
Wild clubbing right hand by Sinoya. A caution against Royal for holding. Left hook lands by Sinoya. Another left, the right. He was fading away, got nothing on it.
So Sinoya's trying to put him down. He senses it.
Somebody's going to go down. Boy, they're wild and woolly, aren't they?
You may have hit on something. If Ricky Royal still has his legs and his arms, I think Sinoya is going to get quite tired. It's still, you know, over a minute and a half to go here in the second round. He's got time if he can come on, and Sinoya gets tired.
It's been all Sinoya so far.
They're both getting tired.
A good blow by Royal. A caution to Sinoya. They are punching themselves out here. Good right hand, Sinoya.
Better keep that left hand up.
Royal now backs him into the ropes and scores. Short right hand by Royal. That was a stumble by Sinoya. He's a wild man.
Yeah, he flails, doesn't he?
Royal with a left hand.
Just comes in. His punches aren't.
He has nothing on that right hand.
Just cocks it and lets it fly. Wild swinger.
Those are our kind of fighters, wild swingers. 1 minute left. Good right by Royal. He missed the left. Wild right by Sinoya. Nowhere near. Short left jab by Royal. Sinoya misses an uppercut from Brooklyn. Left jab by Royal, who's fighting a little bit better here.
He just gets back on his haunches. He rears back and says, here it comes.
Catch it if you can. 38 seconds left, second round. Good right by Royal. Sinoya with a right hand. And a left hook and a right, but his punches don't have the zip they had earlier. Left hook. Sinoya, what did they do wrong this time? A point has been taken away from Sinoya for hitting with other than the white part of the glove. So that's the first time I've seen that in this competition, a point taken away. He lands a left hook. Royal with a left hand. He's still got a shot here. That point could be very big. Good left Sinoya, good right Sinoya. And the second round is over. Boy, this is a wild one. I don't know if anybody will be around at the finish. We'll find out right after. Between Ricky Royal in the totally blue outfit from the USA and Lucas Sinoya of Mozambique.
Now, if he could win this round big, I think that point taken away from Sinoya in the second round may mean a difference. But look at him. He's still swinging wild and hard.
His coach is desperately signaling Sinoya, forget that flailing box.
Got hit there.
Royal lands a good blow. The first round was all Sinoya. The second round was mostly Sinoya, but he had a point taken away. Left hook by Sinoya. Another point is taken away.
Another point taken away, and this puts Ricky Royal right back into the match, believe me. You'll hear some cat calls around here. It is whistles from the Soviets.
You got to hit with the white part of the glove. And you can see the referee, Gustav Baumgart, shaking his head in disgust.
He's German referee.
He's not angry at the kid, but he's saying the kid doesn't know how we're supposed to do this.
I know who I'd like to have in a bar fight on my side.
Yeah, you take him right away, baby.
Yes, sir. Look at
that. Good, strong right hand by Sinoya. No warning, no caution there. Another right by Sinoya, left by Sinoya. A minute 50 remaining in a very strange bout. The referee says stop, and nobody does. They have to adjust Sinoya's headgear.
Ricky better keep that left hand up. As all for the 3 rounds, that's been his weakness. His left hand has been down, and he's been just hit by that overhand right.
Now we're ready to go again. Right hand by Sinoya. Partially blocked, but still got through. Sinoya looked over at the referee, who wasn't doing anything, as if to say, what do you want this time? 1:25 left in the bout.
Well, if Royal could have scored some punches here in the 3rd round, I think he may have had a chance. But as it is, Sinoya's won every round, really, with the amount of punches he's landed.
It's amazing that he's still standing up, the energy he expends.
Think he's in shape?
Oh, amazing. But he doesn't know how to box at all. He's just a big, strong, unafraid guy. Somebody teaches him the sweet science, boy. It'd be tough.
And he could take a punch, too.
Royal tries to fight back. Again, the referee separates. 48 seconds left.
Oh, Lucas, baby's only 20 years old.
Good left hand there by Royal, but it may be too little, too late. Sinoya missed and found it. For a minute there, it looked like World Championship Wrestling.
Let's see. We got 30 seconds to go here.
Another left by Sinoya.
Okay, when you get 2 points taken away in one of these matches, he's got Sinoya's kind of got a little weak-legged there. He got popped a few times too in that exchange, and he's tired.
Yeah, he's hanging on. He lost it all at once, but only 8 seconds left. This is going to be a very interesting verdict. Oh, a good shot by Royal, but he's run out of time. And it only lasted 1 more round. The U.S. fighter would have been in business.
I think both these fighters are beat.
We'll see who won it when we come back in a moment. Rudolf Baumgart of East Germany is the referee. He has no part in the decisions. The judges are from Norway, Great Britain, Ireland, Bulgaria, and Denmark.
Look at here, Royal wins it 4-1.
Royal the fight, 4-1.
And you can hear the calls. The Soviets don't like it, but those 2 points were taken away from Lucas Sinoya. Really hurt him, man. Royal moves on.
So Sinoya, you got to feel badly for him. Somebody's got to teach him how to box. He can hit, and he's not afraid. But Royal of the USA advances, and we will continue from the boxing venue directly.
Out of Cambria Heights, New York, off a controversial decision over Rusanov of Bulgaria. Although the points were close, it looked like bentt had certainly won that bout handily, but there was some protest by the Bulgarians which went nowhere. He's going to be in the ring here in the semifinals in the heavyweight category against the Soviet boxer Vladimir Balai. And many good things are expected of Michael Bentt, who's just 20 years old, on the rise, bronze medalist of the World Championships this year, Paul.
From Cambria Heights, his father just won $2 million in the lottery back in New York, so he's had a lucky year. He's been fighting well, and he has really looked good in the last 3 or 4 fights we've seen. He's quick, he's got good hands, he moves around well, and he'll have his hands full here with Vladimir Balai from the Soviet Union. He's 23 years old.
He won his first bout by a 5-0 decision. More impressively than the judging went to Bentt in his first bout.
Looking on down the highway, if Bentt could win tonight, he's favored. He'll be the favorite here tonight. He will meet the Soviet champion Sibiev in the final Saturday night, and that should be fantastic. But he's got to get by this one.
This should be a good one too, as they come out now to touch gloves, center of the ring. The referee is from Greece, Vidalis, and he sends the seconds out. Has them away here in the semifinal, the heavyweight division. The loser is short of a bronze, but the winner, the chance to go on for the top prize here in the Goodwill Games. They're starting too early now. They get the go-ahead from the referee. Both that eager to get this bout underway. Bentt has quick hands for a big man. He will use that jab to advantage and try to set up something with the right hand. Both very busy early on. Vladimir Balai of the Soviet Union. All the boxers in this competition wearing headgear.
Last Soviet Michael Bentt met was Alexander Yuguptin, the champion, and he won.
Then he lost to him again in the quarterfinals of the World Championships. He's got a running battle with him, but Yuguptin is not in this competition. He is
good
injured.
Straight left. Good straight left by Michael. Blocked a couple.
Got a tough Soviet here in Balai to contend with, and right now just trying to solve his style. As you say, he's fought Yuguptin a couple of times. Pretty well knows what to expect from the Soviets, but it can vary with individuals, as Balai slipped the left hand through there to the guard of Bentt. Wild with the left hook. Drives the left to the body now. A little over a minute gone in the first round.
Good right by the Soviet.
They appear very well matched. Soviet a little more experienced, a little older, 23 years of age. Fires the left, partially blocked by the right hand of Bentt. Here's Bentt now lunging out short with the left hand of his own. Two lefts by Bentt, but no following right hand.
Oh, good combination.
Yep.
Inside for Bentt.
Blocks that shot for the Soviet boxer. About a minute 10 left in the first round. Try to become the aggressor is Bentt. Force this man back, who stands his ground there and gets off a combination of his own. And almost measuring and toying with the left, but finally missing when he gets a chance to throw the right hand. Good left for the Soviet. Balai. And a hook by Bentt that staggers him. The left hand got through, and it's an 8 count to the Soviet Balai.
Good left hand by Michael Bentt. He got him staggered. Of course, the whistles in the crowd, they don't agree with that, naturally.
It is booing over here. The whistling, and now Michael closing in, trying to get another standing 8 count. 3 in a round would end the bout with just 25 seconds to go in this first round, but Bentt off to a good start.
Clearly, Michael Bentt here in the first round, especially with that, ooh, look at that good left jab. He's on tonight.
Again, the left. Looking very sharp here. Takes a right though from Balai. Flush on the nose. Just 5 seconds to go on the round. Combination. The Soviets scoring again. Bentt tried to set him up with the right hand. He gets the left hand at the bell to end round 1. Games heavyweight semifinal bout, and with much of the damage done in the final minute of round 1, Michael Bentt appeared to take that first round from where we sat. He staggered Vladimir Balai for a standing 8 count. Then Paul tried to move in for the kill. He couldn't put him away.
But the Soviet came back in the last 10 seconds and made up some ground. But I think Michael won a 2019 round.
Soviet coming on now, but Bentt trying to move him back around the ring. This crowd really getting into it here in Moscow. Two big promising heavyweights in the ring. The more experienced Balai and the up-and-coming youngster from the United States, Michael Bentt, who was born in England and moved to the U.S. when he was just 6 years of age. Firing out those two heavy left jabs. The Soviet has his right blocked by Bentt.
This was the Americans' #1 hope before these boxing championships began, Michael Bentt.
He's an outstanding prospect. Midterm here with the Olympics coming up 2 years from now. You can imagine how he may develop, and he's getting a severe test tonight against Vladimir Balai, but took the edge over him in round 1.
He's got Balai's nose swelling, a little blood trickling down from it.
We saw Balai come back, as you noted, late in that round. There's the hook thrown. His Bentt had slipped and was off balance, so he drives to right. Michael getting the guard up just in time. And he gets a shot up at his own with the right hand. And the left hand coming around. The nose of the Soviet boxer very red, as you have noted. Midway in the second round. Up for grabs here, the heavyweight semifinal. Heavy blows coming down now, Paul Horning.
And Bentt connected the last 3 or 4 right flush on the button. Good combinations by Michael.
That's the secret. Don't get off 1, get off 2, 3, or 4. He's done that repeatedly in this round. Now a minute left of the second round.
Good match.
Outstanding. Michael coming up short with the right hand, fires the jab out, drives him away once again. The American team cheering on Michael Bentt here at ringside in Moscow at the Olympic Sports Complex. Gaining momentum, it appears, with now less than 40 seconds to go on the round. The Soviet, cautioned by the referee, who is from Greece, for a second time.
That right was blocked by bentt.
His good defensive skill. Balai has had difficulty penetrating it. Good left by Michael Bentt of the United States. The left jab scores again. All good scoring blows to Vladimir Balai of the Soviet Union. Good right by the Soviet, but a corresponding counter punch by Bentt was on the money too. Jab, jab, right hand thrown by Bentt. Soviet has the right to the midsection, left is blocked. There's a good shot from the Soviet boxer. He turns it on late in the round. Coming after him now. There's the bell to end round 2. Michael Bentt of the United States, who's pursuing a degree in computer science into the sweet science of boxing in the amateur world here at the Goodwill Games. Big third round against Vladimir Balai coming up, and he would have a slight edge, Mr. Bentt, at this stage, I would think, Paul Horney.
I would think so, too, but Balai had a very good second round. I think it's going to be decided here. And one thing, Michael Bentt...
Oh, he got rocked him there. Rocked him there. The Soviet now with a good, solid shot coming after him. There's the left. It is a slugfest in round 3 in Moscow.
He's taking it to Michael right now, and if Michael's going to let the judges decide it's going to be that close, it's going to be tough.
Balai has taken one standing count, but it's very, very tough now. You see blood from the mouth of Bentt. He really nailed him about 15, 20 seconds ago, the Soviet did. Brings the hook up. It is caution there for hitting late and back of the head. Just 45 seconds gone on the round. These two bruising heavyweights going at it.
If anything, there's a weakness in Michael Bentt in international competition. He's a good pro-style fighter. He doesn't stay busy enough and score as much. Here comes the Russian. He's got him in the rope.
He hurt him. He hurt him. Bentt gets a standing 8 count. The tide is shifting in the third round in the Soviets' favor with a big first minute, 15 seconds. He is all over Bentt. He has hurt him again, Paul. There's a second of caution. Almost, I thought, a second standing 8 count.
It's going to be, and it comes right back with the right.
They should have called a standing 8 count right there, I think. Conceivably there, they could have done it too. Bentt has been stung here midway in the third round.
Now
he's barely hanging on. Balai is taking it away. He has turned the tide, beginning with a final burst in the last 10 seconds of round 2 and launching from the pad here early in the third round.
So Balai took a standing 8 count in the first round and completely reversed that trend.
And this round could be big enough for him to get over any hump that he might have to, having trailed after 2 rounds, I suspect. He wants to check the nose and the mouth, the referee from Greece does, with Bentt stopping the clock with 1:04 left and giving him some valuable time. Michael could use that break, oddly enough. But he has slowed appreciably from the assault of the Soviet early in this round. Still game, though, still coming on, but it's an uphill battle now for him.
Place is loving it as the Russian pours it on Michael.
Many on their feet here in Moscow in this third round as their man has turned this bout around. 30 seconds to go. Bentt had it all his own way for 2 rounds, certainly in the second. And now a caution about keeping the gloves up as it will continue. But Vladimir Balai with a lot of heart came out and turned it around early in round 3, and it's been his way ever since. The jab by Michael has been about all we've seen the last couple of minutes. It will go down to the final seconds of round 2 and down to the decision by the ringside judges. Crowd anxiously awaiting it. Yes, Vladimir Balai, 4-1 decision. That fight that got away from Michael Bentt in the third round.
4-1. 4 judges felt that the Soviet won it. 1 for Michael Bentt.
And he leaves a shocked young man here out of the competition with a bronze medal he'll settle for in the Goodwill Games.
clear look of disappointment on the face of Michael Bentt. He was in our studios just yesterday looking forward to fighting for the championship, for the gold medal in the heavyweight division, but his decision by Balai, who clearly landed the telling blows in the third round, and Michael Bentt, the U.S. hope for the heavyweight gold, is now out of control.
He appeared to be means a point can be taken away. The bout would continue. The American looked like he was going to win that bout anyway. What has happened since the Americans filed a protest in the interim? The Danish fighter did not make the medical today. He didn't show up, so they called it no contest.
John, the referee disqualified Harvey Richards in that fight. That's where the mistake was made. Then, of course, the referee of that fight was suspended. He did not get, they said, no more refereeing for you, pal. You made a mistake, and I'll tell you one thing, Madsen cleared up a lot. He said, I don't want to fight. He missed away, and he said, listen, I was counted out. I'm finished for this deal. So
it's called no contest.
Right, no contest. Harvey Richards is live again.
And rightly so, because it was the poor application of the rule by the referee. And then the jury actually following that in there looking at it and assessing what had happened. So to make a long and drawn-out story very short, Harvey Richards of the United States is still alive here in the light heavyweight section of the Goodwill Games boxing competition here in Moscow. And who knows, that could be a story in the making that could resemble Cinderella. Coming out of an almost go-home situation, you're out, you're disqualified along the lines of Evander Holyfield back in the Olympics. He gets a second chance, something Holyfield never got. And
he's going to be fighting a Soviet tie, of course, very experienced as all the Soviets are. We've got over 14,000 people here as you get a look at Harvey Richards from Springfield, Illinois. He'll be going against Andrei Karavaev of the Soviet Union, 23 years old. Now watch Harvey. He's a wild swinger, right, Don? And I tell you, if he gets lucky and hits you with one of those wild punches, pal, you're going to go down. He's a strong hitter.
Karavaev, third of the Soviet championships, has won his two bouts here very easily, which is more than Harvey can say. His took 2 days to complete, the one just to get him here into this semifinal bout. As you say, from Springfield, Illinois, in the bout that he did get off his chest earlier, he stopped the Tanzanian in the very first round.
And with the wild right away, likes to get going quickly. He's a little bit anxious right now.
So we are underway. Harvey Richards of the United States getting a second chance. He is a free swinger, as they would say, around the baseball batting cages. Takes a good shot there from Karavaev. Karavaev, of course, a little more experienced than Harvey.
Harvey's the National Golden Glove champ of 1986.
And he is dancing away from his Soviet opponent now, just trying to figure this man out of the first round. We're with you live from Moscow in the Soviet Union here with a large and enthusiastic crowd, must number 12,000 plus here at the Olympic Sports Complex.
I think the Soviet size may give Harvey a little trouble. Harvey is 6'2½", and he usually is taller than his opponent. And this Soviet is a little bit taller and giving him some trouble right now.
Nailed it with the right a couple of times there, and Harvey comes right back with a chopping right hand of his own and a wild looping left for the Soviet ducks under. Karavaev is 90-7.
Boy, he holds that left very, very high. Those long arms. I think he's got a longer reach than Harvey Richards.
Yeah, and Harvey's got a long one himself. He's very unorthodox style, though, as you can see. We're about near the midway point of the first round. Harvey, as the Soviet turns, hammers him there, back of the head. Brings the left hand and is cautioned by the referee. Referee is Baumgart from East Germany.
20-point must system for the winner of each round. Usually it's 20-19. You almost have to knock the guy out to get 20-18.
Yeah, we're looking at 20-19 here, and probably the Soviet would have the 20 from what we've seen so far, 2 minutes into the round. But in this light heavyweight division, the secret is to survive for a couple of rounds and turn it on in the third round. There's a caution again from the official, who does not have a vote, as you've seen on these amateur boxing bouts. 5 judges decide things.
He has a tendency. You see all that wild swinging? Is that he'll hit him on with the inside of those gloves. And the whistles, of course, are light the American boo, and they're trying to get to Harvey Richards with those wild swings.
Well, that's how the incident happened the other day with the Dane. He is such a wild swinger. He did not deliberately, of course, try to hit the man low.
What really should have happened, he should have had a point taken away and the bout continued. That would have been fine. But no, the referee disqualifies Harvey. That's where it all started.
Misapplication on the referee's part. But he's back here with a chance, and now brings a solid left hook up to the jaw of the Soviet. Karavaev, 15 seconds to go in the first round.
I don't care how good you are from the Soviet side. Harvey Richards will mess up your timing. He just comes in and starts swinging, and now he's taking a few hard.
Takes a good shot at the bell. States, who took a standing 8 count just as we left you right at the bell. The East German referee held the count for a count of 8 as he took a shot from the Soviet, Andrei Karavaev. Sanders, of course, following in the footsteps of Pat Nappy, who coached the United States Olympic team in Los Angeles. In fact, Roosevelt aiming to become the U.S. Olympic boxing coach in Seoul 2 years from now. And he's had a mixture of fighters here to deal with, some experienced and some not so experienced, as last-minute fill-ins for the Goodwill Games.
Karavaev, 23 years old, been boxing for 5 years, and he's already had 97 fights. So that means he's fighting every 2 weeks for 5 years.
He's won 90 of the 97. And with authority here, a chopping right hand lands on the head of Harvey Richards. He fires a good right.
He comes back fighting, though. He's awkward.
6'2½", swinging wildly.
He's got a lot of break, though.
He does. And he was given a chance here to come back from what looked like an exit visa out of the Goodwill Games boxing tournament, but reinstated and having a chance to go on to the gold medal bout on Saturday. And he would likely meet another Soviet in that one. But first, he's got to get past this one, the experienced Karavaev. Looking a little better in the second round than he did in the first.
He's got to watch when he swings with the inside part of that glove. It's called a slap, and he might get a point taken away. Boy, he winds up and lets it go, doesn't he, Don?
Well, this referee has done that. He's taken a couple of points away from boxers earlier for lesser infractions. But right now, letting them do their thing with about 1 minute and 20 seconds to go in the second round.
It only takes one to put a guy down, and I tell you, he's light heavyweight, 178 pounds. See, one little shot there. He
gets a good right.
Flush on the chin.
Good scoring blow by Harvey Richards. We will advise our stations at the end of this round. We'll have a word from our local stations. Right now, 1 minute to go in the second round. And at this size, light heavyweights, 81 kilograms, one punch can change about in one big hurry.
I tell you, it would be wild if Harvey would happen to stun the Soviet, because he's wild as it is, but with his opponent stunned, it would be interesting to see.
See what he can do. 40 seconds to go on the round. Soviet leading him with the left hand, measuring him, coming through with the right. Chopping right hand, that landed. Good scoring blow by the Soviet. They will separate them and let them continue. I thought he might give him another standing 8 count on that. But it does continue. Harvey did take one late in the first round. And there is a point being taken away for the glove being open. That's that slapping that he cautioned him for now. Gets an official warning, and a point can be deducted by the ringside officials. So Harvey in tough here late in round 2. Now he gets told again about that open glove.
It's not intentional. He just swings so wildly.
He is so awkward, so unorthodox, that all sorts of things are happening to Harvey Richards here in this Goodwill Games. We will be back here later this second round now with round 3 after a word from our local station. From Moscow, in the heart of the Soviet Union, Harvey Richards of the United States, Springfield, Illinois, playing catch-up here. He is behind in this third round to the Soviet Andrei Karavaev, who is third of the Soviet championships. He's won 2 bouts easily here. It looks like he's on his way to a third. The wild swinging Richards, though, with a lot of hard hangs in there.
It is again, a warning again with the slap on the inside of that glove. He had a point taken away in the second round, and it's probably 2018, first round 2019, so he needs a miracle.
And also the ringside judges, without the referee directing them, can deduct points if they spot a foul on their own. So Harvey had a standing 8 count late in the first round at the bell. Then that point deducted in round 2. He's really in trouble here. Karavaev has been all over him. Certainly the more skilled of the two, the more disciplined boxer of the two. But a very stiff, upright throw. There he goes.
His face in a combination. This place is up for grabs, I'll tell you. Harvey really got hit.
He leaned into the rapid hands of Karavaev and just went down in a pile. It is all over. Harvey is being escorted back to the corner. The East German referee will allow no more. And it happened oh so suddenly here in round 3.
Karavaev, over 14,000 people here on hand. They're on their feet. And, of course, this hometown having fun here as Harvey.
Here it is, Paul. It all happened in a hurry. They were in a clinch. He was just getting back.
Now watch. Here comes the hit.
And out of nowhere, bang.
That's the one that really started it. Flush on the chin. He knows he's in trouble. He's a little bit dizzy now.
He took 2 pawing kind of shots. There is the short chopping right. Another one on the way down. That hurt. And he did spring to his feet rather quickly, but much too late.
With 2:06 into the third round, a knockout for Andrei Karavaev.
I think they'll adjust that to 1:06 with 1 minute and 54 seconds left on the clock up above us. But it happened early in the third round for Harvey Richards. And it was a fight that he was not winning anyway. He did not want to end it the way it did, but he did get his second chance. And he certainly got the vindication and the justice out of the bout against the Dane, but could not advance past Andrei Karavaev of the USSR in this one. So Harvey Richards will not go on to the final. Another Soviet, and there's a long parade of them going to the finals on Saturday night here in Moscow. Does advance. They will make the official announcement now and declare the Soviet Karavaev the winner, having stopped Harvey Richards in round number 3 early on. Big commotion here. I don't know, some celebrity or some politician arrived, but the crowd here is acknowledging the presence of whomever it might be.
It may have been
Ted Turner, I think, has arrived here. He's a recognizable man in the USSR from the Soviets, and recognizable now as the winner is Andrei Karavaev of the USSR, who wins this one 1:06 of the third round, stopping Harvey Richards of Springfield, Illinois. And that's all for now from boxing. Bob Neal returns.